It's day one of the moving vlog. I can't believe I'm moving to Scotland. I can't believe that I'm moving to another country so soon. I've only been in England for about 7 months now. With that being said, I'm super excited, and so far I've heard just like really cool things about Scotland, specifically Edinburgh where we will be staying, so I really can't wait to actually see it because I've never even been to Scotland. So it's the 29th of July today and we want to move around the 15th, so that gives me like just a little bit more than 2 weeks to put this move together, so it's happening quite fast. So obviously I had to put together a list of what I need to do. Luckily we don't really have that many things, like we don't even have a couch or anything like that, so it's actually a blessing that we haven't like really settled into Oxford as much as I initially hoped we would have, like at this point, but now it's actually a good thing because we don't have that much to take with us. Then of course we need a place to stay in Edinburgh, and the plan is to kind of find an Airbnb at first so that we only start looking at flats when we're there. But before we can stay in the Airbnb, we obviously need to figure out how are we getting to Edinburgh. So usually this wouldn't be like a thing that I would be thinking about, or just get in the car and, you know, drive there because it's actually only like 6 hours away, I think. But we don't have a car because we really never needed a car because public transport. Of course we can take the train and that's about 4 hours I think, but if we take the train we can't take a lot of stuff with us, so we have to kind of decide, are we getting a car or are we just gonna brave it out on the train? So next time I check in, hopefully I have an Airbnb booked, the moving people booked, and we actually know how we're getting to Edinburgh, so fingers crossed. Okay, so the last time I checked in was 2 weeks ago, so I thought it was time to do a bit of an update because today is actually our last full day in Oxford, which is really sad but also super exciting. So we start the 2-day journey to Scotland tomorrow, and we're actually going to sleep over in Liverpool, so that's about 3 hours away from here, and then we're just going to kind of explore the city for the day, and then we'll continue our travels up to our new home Edinburgh the next day, which I think is about 4 hours to go there. So at least 2 weeks on we have a bit of direction on what we're doing, because I know we didn't have any plan really back then. And another update, we actually ended up buying a car because it's just easier than taking the train. Even though I think the train would have been a really cool experience, I don't want to take the train when I have like all this baggage to carry with me. I think the little road trip through the UK is going to be quite fun, so I'll definitely bring you guys along with us and show you what Liverpool looks like, so stay tuned for that. But for now, as you can see, I still have a lot of packing to do. So we're walking to the pub now for our last dinner in Oxford and our last dinner in England. It's quite a rainy night, but it has stopped raining for a few minutes, so we decided to just walk down the street, and yeah, we're ready to eat, we're hungry. Good morning guys, it's moving day and I'm in the middle of getting ready, having breakfast, finishing the packing, and mentally just doing like a packing checklist, so there's a lot going on. But I wanted to check in and give you guys an update. So last night didn't go according to plan. We turned up at the turnpike and they were like, sorry, there's no space, we're fully booked. Finally we ended up finding a table at a place called The Alchemist, and we know them for like their crazy quirky cocktails, but we didn't know they had food, and turns out they actually have really nice food. So last night I had this peachy vodka cocktail, and it had this holographic glitter kind of color and texture, and it was so good. And of course we were so hungry by this time, so we had way too much to eat. For starters, we had these little dough balls, and then you like squid in the cheese, which was amazing. And then second starter, we had prawn dumplings, which was also really nice. Like literally everything we had was amazing. I don't know if it was just because we were like really hungry, but it was good. And what did I have for main? Oh, so for mains I had a halloumi burger with some salt and pepper fries, and they have like little onion pieces on the fries as well. It was amazing. I don't know if I'm running behind schedule because we don't really have a schedule, but I just thought that we would be packed by now, like the car would be ready and we would be on the road, but obviously not. So I'm just trying to get ready as quickly as possible, and then it's kind of just a matter of packing the car and then getting on the road. This is the chaos of our living room, and all of this needs to fit into our tiny little car. We made it. Everything is in the car. It's packed to the brink, as you can see. My husband can at least see where he's driving, but yeah, obviously my view is blocked. But we are ready to head to Liverpool. I'm so excited. Let the road trip begin. As you can see on the sign, we are heading into Liverpool now. And also, what's up with that car with the smoke? We've just checked in at our hotel at Liverpool, and we're staying at the Heaton Concept Hotel, and we're like super impressed by the value for money. This was only £40 per night, and the room is so big and the location is like really nice and central, so very happy with the hotel. Feeling super hungry though, because I only had like 2 crumpets this morning, so I really need to eat something. So we're gonna head into Liverpool and find a place to eat and just explore. Before we head out, let me give you an overview of the room. That's me. Hi. And then this is our nice bed and a lot of space in the room. As you can see, we have a nice desk over there with a TV, and then on the other side we have this egg chair that's cute and a closet. We're out exploring Liverpool. We just had a massive lunch at a place called Viva Brazil, and it was this whole buffet style. We had some cocktails. I had a Long Island, my favorite, and now we're heading down to the harbour. We decided to walk along the pier to get to the harbour, and that's where we saw the Beatles statue. Also some really cool buildings around there, including the Museum of Liverpool. So we made it to the Royal Albert Dock. So it's a dock, not a harbour. I'm not sure what the difference is, but it was cool to see. So after a super rushed morning, we're on a Beatles Magical Mystery tour now, and we're actually at Penny Lane now, so they're taking us through all the significant sites in Liverpool related to the Beatles, because that's obviously where they're originally from. So it's been pretty cool, and it's a really windy day, so it's actually nice seeing the city from the bus. So I'm excited to see all the different stops. The next stop was the childhood home of Paul McCartney. Usually you can actually go inside and see, but because of COVID it was closed. We also visited the gates of the iconic strawberry fields, which you will know from this song, of course. We ended off the tour at the Cavern Club, and the Beatles actually performed here almost 300 times. And there's some memorabilia of the Quarrymen, which evolved into the Beatles eventually. Overall, the club looks really cool, and you can actually still go watch some shows there if there's no COVID going around. And I thought this was really cool. It's like a tradition of leaving your name on the walls, so that's pretty cool, something to look back on. Time for an update. We're not in Liverpool anymore. We actually left a few hours ago now. So we ended up finishing the Beatles tour, which was really cool, so interesting to see all the places. And then we just got some lunch and we went to the Morphe store, and for most people that will sound like, oh, okay, you went to a Morphe store, but we don't really have, we definitely don't have Morphe stores in South Africa, and getting Morphe makeup in South Africa is also quite difficult. So when I saw the store I was like, what? So that was pretty cool. We went in there, and yeah, now we're on our way to Edinburgh. The road has been beautiful. Like, it's just green everywhere, mountains, like massive mountains, and then like little sheep and cattle walking around. So it's really pretty. It looks quite cold. We could feel the temperature dropping, and it's so windy outside, and I'm wearing a skirt, which is like the worst idea ever. Like the whole day I've just been trying to keep my skirt down, so I need to go to the bathroom, but I'm afraid to step out of the car. But yeah, we have about 2 hours to go still, and then we'll be in Scotland. Yay, we made it into Scotland, and as you can see, the sign for Edinburgh is up ahead. So as soon as we got into Scotland, the rain started pouring down, but then when we arrived in Edinburgh, the sun was out again, and we crossed this really cool bridge. It's the Queen's Ferry crossing, and it was just so impressive. So we've been in Scotland for about 3 days now, and we're currently staying in an Airbnb. We're gonna be here for about a month. So I'm thinking I should unpack the bags, and then I can tell you guys about my first impressions of Scotland and Edinburgh. Okay, so the packing was less painful than expected, which is great, and the room immediately just feels so much bigger with everything out of the way. So what do I think of Scotland so far? Like I said, I've only been here for 3 days, so I can't really judge it that well, but my first impressions are really good. I'm very impressed, and I'm feeling like we made the right decision to move. We drove through over the weekend and did some exploring, and it's beautiful. It has all that old architecture everywhere. The old architecture was also something that I really liked about Oxford, so it's cool that it's also here, and it's like on a grander scale here. Like, you can definitely feel that Edinburgh is a lot bigger than Oxford, which I'm really happy about, because even though I really like living in Oxford, it did start to feel a bit small. So it's really nice that Edinburgh has that bigger city feel to it. Cost wise, it seems like it's gonna be a little bit cheaper to live in Edinburgh compared to Oxford. Definitely looking at the flats, we could find some nice places for slightly cheaper than what we were paying in Oxford. And the first thing that I looked at was the hairdressers, because I am in desperate need of a touch up with my hair, but I noticed that the prices for the hair salons were also quite, well, not a lot cheaper, but slightly cheaper, and eating out was similar to what we were paying in Oxford. So I think some things will be cheaper and other things will be the same. Obviously our move is not over yet, but it's still gonna be a while until we actually move into a flat, so I thought I'd break up this vlog in 2 parts, and I also don't want to make the video too long. So I'll definitely do an updated video once we go back to Oxford to actually move all the stuff in the house and hopefully show you our new flat. Thanks for joining me on this little road trip. I hope you enjoyed seeing parts of England and Scotland, and if you enjoyed the video, please remember to give it a thumbs up down below, and then I'll see you guys next week for another video.